You see, point is, what is the choice?
Okay, let him complete his point, please.
Under the Indian Penal Code, it is mandatory for the police to register an FIR if it has been produced. Now the University of Subharti University produced an FIR, and on that basis the FIR was registered. There was no charges. The charges mean that the charge sheet should have been filed in the court, and it was not filed. Therefore, it was only a matter of investigation, and during the course of investigation, the charges of sedition were not found to be true.
Mr. Jaitly, you are completely wrong. Now, 1 second. I will tell you, you are completely wrong. First, let me get the National Conference representative, Tanvir, to respond to you. You remember this, Mr. Jaitly. I'm coming to you, Mr. Abid Rasool. Now we are going into open debate. While it is the university's decision, because the private university, to suspend the students, your government escalated the matter. 1 minute.
Between the university and the students.
Your government escalated the matter by slapping charges of sedition against the students. You understand that?
The university has registered an FIR. The charges, they are not charges. Choose your words correctly. They are not charges. Choose your words correctly. Only the FIR has been booked.
Right. Okay, 1 second. Yes, Dr. Ahmed. Yes, Dr. Ahmed.
Yes. Please, listen to me. Please listen to me.
Goswami, just
I'm coming to you, Mr. Tanvir. Just let the Vice Chancellor rebut in 1 minute.
Can I just put in a word?
I suspended students till further orders. This could be 2 hours, 2 days, 2 weeks, and they should keep on getting suspended from classes. Not very serious thing. I sent them out of the hostel to keep them out of harm's way. I sent them to Delhi. Buses I arranged escort. I put 2 senior professors in the buses to take them. I only requested the police. Only my contact the police was only this much.
There was no. We were left with nothing there. We were left with nothing there. Yeah, it is right that college booked bus for us. But the police was called and they ordered us to pack our things in 5 minutes. And we have left certificates, we have left laptops, we have left everything, every asset there in college.
Mr. Vice Chancellor, Mr. Vice Chancellor, can I ask you something?
You were asked me.
Mr. Vice Chancellor, 1 second. Mr. Vice Chancellor, 1 second. I don't know whether you were under some political pressure. I'll come to that later. Tanvir Ahmed, by the way, what is sedition? Sedition is bringing or attempting to bring into hatred or contempt, excite or attempt to excite disaffection towards the government established by law. The question is, how is this sedition? 1 minute. Now, Mr. Vice Chancellor, let the National Conference spokesperson come in. Yes, Tanvir.
For lifetime. Now, for heaven's sake, you may chair.
Mr. Ahmed, please listen to someone else, please. Yes.
There is no way you can put sedition charges against the students. Please understand, Mr. Goswami. First of all, let me congratulate you. I think in the history of time now, this is the first time that you have made a pro-Kashmiri program. But having said that, you know what? What's really important is for the people in UP and the other party people sitting there is that, you know, these students have grown up in bloodshed. They were in the age group of 1 to 10. Now they are in the age group of 20 to 30.
I'm getting out of it.
Now, you know, these people have grown up in that atmosphere. You need to give them some time. You need to give them some time to come out of that. Now, you can't slam sedition charges against them just because they have cheered for a particular team. Now, there is a difference. Okay, they may give me 1 minute.
Mr. Ahmed, 1 second. Mr. Ahmed, 1 minute. Mr. Ahmed, 1 minute. Did anybody disturb you when you were speaking? But Tanvir, 1 minute. I just want a minute. We will not be able to have a debate like this. Mr. Ahmed, a minute, please. Patience, please. Patience, please. Did anyone? 1 second, Mr. Ahmed. Now, please understand this, Mr. Ahmed. Please, this is not your university, please. This is the Newshour. Did anybody disturb you when you were speaking? How come you're disturbing everybody else when they are speaking? Let them have their say. No, there are panelists who have not spoken yet. You are constantly interrupting everyone. I have warned you on 3 occasions, and I warn you now, Mr. Vice Chancellor, if you don't stop, I will have to reduce your volume. Please. Please, 1 minute, Mr. Vice Chancellor.
we did not register.
Mr. Vice Chancellor, a minute. A minute. I want to say one thing to these students here. Please understand one thing to these students who are in Srinagar. Yes. Remember this, sir. Yeah. To the two young men there, that you know, in the aftermath of Muzaffarnagar, already communally charged environment in this place, if you in any way end up supporting the Pakistani team, remember one thing to the two young men. Remember, it is not an IPL match. It is an India-Pakistan match. And there is a danger that if you go out celebrating in any way a Pakistani victory, whether or not now to the two young men, it will reinforce. You cannot, to please understand this, do not argue only on the point of view of the strong and narrow of the law. Legally speaking, 1 minute, legally speaking, please listen to me, young man. Listen to me. Legally speaking, it can be argued, legally, that it's an overreaction to put sedition charges. Legally speaking. But I'm not arguing legally tonight. I'm saying, is it correct? Right? And you can celebrate for Pakistan, but can a public celebration for Pakistan happen? Can you publicly support Pakistan or celebrate Pakistan in a public environment, not in the privacy of your homes? You can end up hurting the sentiments of other people. You can end up perhaps provoking other people. And Abid Rasool Khan, can that argument be kept aside? Abid Rasool Khan, can that argument be kept aside, Mr. Khan?
I got your question, Mr. Arnab.
Mr. Khan, 1 minute. Abid Rasool Khan is responding, sir, 1 minute. Yeah, Abid.
Yes. Arnab, they are. Please wait for a minute. Yeah. Let me. Students, please wait for a minute.
To the two students, just a minute, please. Just a minute. Yeah.
Now, Arnab, there are three issues which are very relevant in this. One is the match and the celebration after that, or the applause after that, whatever the students may be putting in, the Indian students from Kashmiri origin. And then second, the failure of the university to do fighting at that stage. And thirdly, the sedition clauses which have been slapped. I feel that the students after the episode should have been counseled, should have been given proper counseling by the university, and should have been properly told that they have to conduct themselves in the national interest.
Absolutely. I'm so glad you are saying
that. Second, the issue of the Vice Chancellor, I pick holes in his whole theory, because he has on your channel now said that this hostel was only for the Kashmiris. If that is the case, if it was for Kashmiris, where is the question of others being there? Secondly, the warden, when he himself was there and when he could not judge the situation and take action, and the Vice Chancellor overreacting
Abid Rasool Khan,
and sending the students
Abid Rasool Khan.
Yeah.
Abid Rasool Khan, a minute. I want to ask you one thing. No, 1 second. 1 second. You know what?
Yeah.
Let's not complicate the thing, okay?
Yeah.
I'm asking a very simple question now. We can confound this legally. I can also confound it. If you want me to, I'll confound this illegally. We'll go into legal interpretations of section 124A of the Indian Penal Code. Who is liable, who is not liable, etc. That's not the question. The question is this.
I agree with you. This is not required.
No, the question is very simple. Okay. Can you hear me now, Shabnam Lone?
Yeah.
Can you hear me now?
Yes.
Okay, Shabnam Lone is a Supreme Court advocate. She comes from a very prominent political family of Jammu and Kashmir. Now, Shabnam Lone, simple question to you, okay? Let's not argue legally for a minute. You tell me, is it appropriate? Is it appropriate in a public situation, right, for Indian citizens, whether from Assam, Madhya Pradesh, Bengal or Jammu and Kashmir, to celebrate after a Pakistani victory in a cricket match, knowing fully well the sentiments involved and the emotions that come into interplay in a match? After all, cricket is, there are lots of passions involved. Do you believe the act of publicly celebrating Pakistani win in any way can amount, Shabnam Lone, to an active act of provocation against other fellow Indian citizens or not? Just tell me whether it is right, whether you can celebrate for the Pakistani flag or a Pakistani victory after an India-Pakistan match, whether it is appropriate to do so. Appropriate to do so.
Well, given the complex history of love and hate between India and Pakistan on many issues, I would request these Kashmiri students that certain things are desirable and certain things are not desirable.
Right.
It was not very desirable on their part to have actually gone in for those celebrations. Having said that, I heard Mr. Madhukar Jaitly from the Samajwadi Party. Samajwadi Party had an agenda because they are hiding behind the veil of putting these false charges against the students. They have failed on every front. I hope this policeman who slapped these 124 charges, an inquiry is held against him, because a police officer has to go within the contours of law. His action has to be one of reason, justice and fair play. Even if an FIR has been lodged,
and that was,
and if an FIR has, now please let me say something, sir. Please don't interrupt. Now, if an FIR has been lodged on what the learned Vice Chancellor, what he wrote to them, it is abysmal. The Vice Chancellor needs to come straight. Who asked him to write that application? Was someone from the Akhilesh government involved in this? Because I'm sure he comes from a land. He comes from a land where the police is busy looking for the minister's Buffalo Azam Khan. They don't know how to respect law. They don't know what the Supreme Court has said. There is a judgment on a Kashmiri, that is Fayaz Ahmed Kallu versus state of Andhra Pradesh.
No.
It was the Honorable Supreme Court which...
You are again going into a technical argument. My question to you was far more straight. My question to you was, is it good to support Pakistan after an India-Pakistan match in a public situation in India, not in the privacy of your homes?
I answered that question, Arnab, but the question is, now these are scared and
the second question
individuals. These children, these boys, they have to study.
The second part.
No, the Indian democracy is far too strong.
I know the Indian
democracy is far too strong.
Shabnam, our democracy is strong.
The rule of law has to be followed.
Shabnam Lone, our democracy is strong. We are a large nation. We are a forgiving and all-encompassing large democracy. That's what makes India great. Okay? But there have to be certain Lakshman Rekhas of public decorum, and I'm glad tonight that you have told the students that don't take it too far. What you have said is that there should be no pro-Pakistan celebrations. 1 minute. Let's not take the argument of democracy too far. If you have pro-Pakistan celebrations after a cricket match, whether it happens in Srinagar, Meerut or anywhere else, you are deliberately provoking sentiment, and it's completely avoidable. I applaud you for the position you've taken. But Madhukar Jaitly has to explain the reaction. Madhukar Jaitly, Shabnam Lone says what you did was deliberate. You deliberately did this U-turn. You put pressure on him first to file the FIR on the police. Then you took back the FIR. In other words, she seems to be arguing that you're deliberately trying to polarize the situation, because you polarize the situation before the election, it works for you. Please understand that, Mr. Jaitly. You have to answer her quite directly tonight.
I dismiss this charge. I completely dismiss.
No, dismissal, that's a very brief...
See, first of all, let me tell you, it was the situation was not instigated by the Samajwadi Party. The UP government had no role in the match. The university vice chancellor himself went ahead and lodged the FIR. Now let me tell you one more thing, Arnab.
I disagree
that
with
the
Mr.
FIR
Jaitly.
has not. Let me complete, madam. When you were talking, I was not speaking. Let me complete. See,
no, Sameer Kaul also wants to come in.
The FIR has not been registered against all the students. The FIR has not been registered against all the 67 students. The FIR has been registered against some of the students. The number is not clear. And the charges of under 124A of sedition have, during the course of investigation, not been found true against all the students. Therefore, they have been dropped. So don't jump the gun. The due process of law is being taken.
Dr. Sameer Kaul. Dr. Sameer Kaul.
They have been dropped because there was a hue and cry. They have been dropped because there was a hue and cry. It was the media which came to the rescue of these students,
No.
sir. Otherwise,
I am
you
again
were
trying to clarify.
No,
I am again trying to clarify.
No,
there was
it was
no.
a cheap
The Samajwadi Party is not under pressure of anybody.
Now, the failures of the Samajwadi Party. What you did, the failure of the Samajwadi Party, you tried to give it another hue. You were trying to be heroes. While as you tried to give it the nature of heroes, that you have caught some Kashmiris who were... No.
One second. Dr. Sameer Kaul has a counter. The Congress spokesperson has a counter.
I have 3 points to make.
1 second. Madhukar Jaitly, remember this. No, Madhukar Jaitly. I just want to say one thing to Madhukar Jaitly. Madhukar Jaitly.
Teachers, professors.
Madhukar Jaitly, Madhukar Jaitly, you please explain to me, given that it could be argued it's a private institution, it is the prerogative of the university to suspend the students. Right? You have filed 124A against the students and then you've taken it back.
What option did the government have when the FIR under that section is being provided to the police?
So you don't know the law, is it? Your government doesn't have to read the law.
Wrong.
Your government...
Absolutely wrong. Absolutely wrong. Show me, Mr. Madhukar Jaitly, where is the law of the university which says that if you indulge in sloganeering for a particular team, where is the law which says that you will be booked under 124? Can you show me the law? Can the Vice Chancellor show me the law that if the students indulge in favor of...
So at this stage of the debate...
team, you can book them. There is absolutely no law.
First of all, let me tell you...
Sameer Kaul has a question for you. I'm allowing Sameer Kaul in at this point. Sameer Kaul, 10 minutes on the debate. Sameer Kaul to Madhukar Jaitly. Please go ahead, Mr. Kaul. Mr. Sameer Kaul to Madhukar Jaitly. Madhukar Jaitly, here Sameer Kaul.
Can they just keep quiet for a while?
Go ahead.